So today I went out, got myself a little die grinder at Harbor Freight, a bunch of pads for it, discs. It was like $16. I don't know how they could sell me that thing $16 and make any money. It doesn't even make any sense. That wasn't even the cheapest one they had. They had one for like $7.99. Anyway, so I picked up this big piece of square tubing today. And I think what I'm gonna do is basically mount it like this piece is, going all the way across. And then I'll start building the cage off of that. Now, one thing I wish I had done was cut the floor down here just a few more inches out so that I can get to the bolts for the seat, because I do want to have seats mounted in here. Part of the reason being is I take this seat out for my dog Cassius, and when I get somewhere, like for example, when I go visit my friends in Chicago, they might want to go for a ride in the NSX, we might want to go out to eat, and I could leave Cassius at their place. Only takes a couple minutes to mount the seat in there, and we could take this and go grab some Chicago pizza or whatever. But either way, I do want the ability to mount the seat in here, and I could do it right now, but when I go to close this door on top, which is that big piece of aluminum over there, it would hit the seat. So I'm kind of going to use this square tubing, at least that's the plan, to kind of build it out a little bit. And then once I have this all figured out and I'm able to mount the doors, there's that carbon fiber door just kind of leaning up against it right now, right here. Yeah, then I got to figure out weather stripping, which I've never really dealt with before. But yeah, getting it to be waterproof is going to be important as well. All right, so we'll see what I come up with. I'm just going to kind of try to just start welding stuff together and play it by ear. But the first thing I need to do is take this die grinder. I don't know if these carbon fiber doors I made are going to work. They may not. They don't seem to line up perfectly. It's just hanging off by tape right now. I may actually have to go find some damaged doors to cut. NSX doors are really expensive, and I really don't want to do that. There was some door skins that were fiberglass on eBay, and I should have just bought those. I just messaged the guy, asked him if they would fit all right, and he messaged me back that he sold them and that he had forgot to take it down off eBay. So I kind of missed out on that. So we'll see. I really don't want to make another one of those doors and have it not fit again. And I have to make one for this side too. So anyway, let's see what I can come up with for this quote-unquote cage. Butta brought some beer so we could put our thinking caps and figure out how to do this. Cassius wants to go for a ride in the car in the Booty Patrol. You want to go be a K9 unit, Cassius? Huh? Booty K9? Yeah. And yeah, so I just cut this to length. I'm gonna notch out the middle, and then I'm just gonna test fit everything. Then I'm gonna pull it back away, continue grinding all the way around all the paint, and cut a notch right there so it sits to wherever I want it to sit. And then I'm just gonna start tacking stuff together and build a cage, basically. Cage, in quotes. All right, I am like a surgeon with that cutoff wheel. So this is sitting there, got it notched out nicely. And yeah, so now I'm just gonna start welding stuff to this, tack this on. First I gotta clean up, I started grinding all around. I gotta move the seat, do it there, basically all around the edge, because I'm gonna be welding stuff to it. So when I first made my initial cut, when I cut the car in half, this line right here was not perfectly straight, so I had to grind it down a little bit in some spots, just like a little 1/8 of an inch burr here and there, so that I can get this piece of metal to sit flush going across. And that's it. Me and my friends kind of just hung out tonight, so I didn't get too much done. All right, so I'm back in the garage, and I have to make a decision. I'm at a crossroads here. And so I need to see if this messed up carbon fiber door, half door I made, is actually gonna fit. Now I know it's not perfect, and the outside of this is supposed to be an exact duplicate of the factory NSX door, at least half of it going up like that for the trailer. So I made it a little bigger than I needed it to be, but I'm not sure if it's actually gonna fit. And on one hand, I'm hoping it does, because then I don't have to spend a lot of money on NSX doors, and I don't have to cut up NSX doors. And I did find some damaged ones in North Carolina, but I really don't want to drive down there. And so I'm really hoping it works. But on the other hand I'm hoping it doesn't work, because if it does work, that means I have to do it again on the other side of that car up there. And if that's the case, I risk damaging the door again, like I did to here, as you guys saw in previous videos. So I really don't want to risk making that mistake again. I bit off more than I chew. I thought the limited experience I had making carbon was good enough to give me enough confidence to where I didn't think I'd mess up the door in the first place, but I did. So I both want this to work and also don't want it to work. But right now I'm going to try my best to make it work. So I'm going to hold it up against that door, and I'm going to trace it with this paint marker, and then I'm going to cut it to shape, which is pretty much where the primer is right now. And hopefully it either does or doesn't work. I hope you guys are following what I'm saying. All right, so I finished trimming it over here, and I just held it up to kind of test fit it. I left like a 1/4 inch extra on this back side for the first initial cut, and I'm gonna do something about that handle part there. Obviously I'll have to trim a little more, but it seems to fit pretty well. So yeah, I can make this work, which unfortunately means I have to do it again the other side and risk messing up the paint. I really hope I don't, because my mold release game sucks. So I'll have to figure out exactly what went wrong there so I don't replicate it again. But it looks like this might be the way I'm gonna go. All right, so again, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to use this door. I'm gonna trim it a little more properly to the exact specs I need for that. I cut it, I traced it out on another door. That's that white line. And just to leave it a little bigger, just to make sure. But now I'm gonna cut that, not right now, but that's my next step on this piece. So I'm gonna start welding up a cage, if you will. And I started taking an angle die grinder and kind of just roughing up where I might be welding to get away the paint. So I'm gonna get away a little more here, and then I'm gonna take some square tubing, and I believe I'm gonna weld a piece from here going up to the roof. And yeah, so stay tuned. Just gonna start building a cage, and then I'll try to fit this on and figure out exactly what I have to do to attach it to the car so that it doesn't fly off on the highway. So right now I'm just cutting down this piece of aluminum. It's gonna fit right across here on the top. All right, so we got this bar up here. I just gotta tack it in right now. It's just kind of wedged in there. So the roof is gonna sit flat on it like that, all the way across. And this is just gonna get tacked in place right there, like that. And same thing on this side. And then I'll probably use panel bond to stick this down to it, or maybe a couple tacks. And I'm gonna have to weld this back part to it as well. But yeah, that'll give me structure for the front, strengthens up this roof right here, and I'll be able to put a rooftop tent on it. Fail. Okay, so now that I have this bar in here for strength, and I'm gonna connect bars from here to it, but first I need to make a flat surface here. So I got this 90-degree bend angle aluminum. I'm gonna cut it to length across the whole thing, trace it around here so it's nice, and just make a nice flat edge going across there so that I can connect these uprising bars of the square tubing and stuff right there to it, and it'll give me strength and a place to mount the hinges for the aluminum door right there, which will be used eventually. So I'll have the hinges there, and the plan is for the door to swing open like that. It'll also allow a flat surface for me to put weather stripping on all the way around so that it's watertight. Okay, so this is just kind of roughing it up, but I cut it to size. Obviously, I'm not going to leave all of these here, so these sharp edges, so I'm going to have to trace and trim around here to make a nice profile for it. I may even cut out going this way just to make a little more room there, headroom, so when passengers are sitting here in seats, they have a little more room. I might just cut it right there, and I'm either gonna rivet this on and then grind this down a little bit better to match it, and then I'll start welding the 1x stuff from here up to there. All right, so my workplace always turns into a mess, but I got this kind of roughed up here, so I think I'm just gonna rivet it on for now. I don't know if I'm gonna pinch this down and weld it to make these contours, and this is just kind of roughed up and sharp, so I gotta grind all that down. But it's starting to take shape. It'll give me a nice flat surface to work on, so I could weld this 1x square tubing from here up to there and give me some support and something to attach weather stripping to on both sides, as well as that aluminum, which will be the door. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate the support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below, and stay tuned for more videos coming shortly. I try to release one every week. Thanks.